Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen is one of the top strikers in world football. If you want to take Tottenham to another level, you need a striker like that. Victor Osimhen, big character, big personality. That is something that Tottenham need.
Welcome in, everybody. Manchester United travelled to North London earlier today. Now, thanks to last-minute goals from Richarlison and De Ligt, the game ended 2-2. Now, Manchester United are the first team to score first, go behind, but then avoid defeat in consecutive Premier League matches since Man City in 2012. They obviously had that draw last week against Nottingham Forest 2-2. Troy, do you think both sides come out of this game confused and ultimately not happy?
Yeah, 100%. I think disappointment. I think both teams can take, elements of it. I think for Spurs, again, going a goal behind, showing that resilience to come back. But I think we'll be frustrated that scoring after, 86 minutes to not see the game out at home, I think is really frustrating. I think for Man United, they would probably see this more as a step in the right direction. I think me and Nigel were talking about this. The mentality is starting to change now, isn't it? And it's getting to a point where, yes, they're winning. We would like to see them see games out, but they're not losing games. And I think this time last year, they'd have been losing these types of games. Yeah,
both teams, for me, would come out of this confused. And I think, if anything, I will probably say Tottenham will be the most confused one. When you talk about playing at home, their home record hasn't been so great. You go 2-1 up, you come back into a game against Manchester United, 2-1 up, last 5-10 minutes of the game, see it out. Get the job done. And to concede and it end in a draw, I will feel that the Tottenham players are going to that dressing room to think, how did we not win this game? And this is what the fine margins are of playing at that Premier League level. Manchester United, there's discussion, the run that they've been on recently, have they turned around the corner? I would say, again, steps in the right direction. But what I would say from this result is there's been a mentality shift. And I would have to say, you've got to give them credit for the mentality shift. Like Troy said, a year ago, they would have lost this game. They could have lost this game 3-1 or whatever it is, if that was the Manchester United of old a year ago. So now we can see that there is a lot more resilience, a lot more determination in this Manchester United side, and you've got to give them credit to come back and get a point away from home.
And Mbeumo's been a huge part in that mentality shift. He obviously got the goal today. He's been Premier League Player of the Month last month as well. He's huge for this Manchester United side.
Yeah, and I think it's great recruitment as well, to go out and get somebody that's Premier League plug and place, really. You know what he does for Brentford, and we'll see today against Spurs, 44 touches, obviously a goal, 2 shots. Again, for me, this is the big part. If you, as a striker or a forward player, when you're shooting, you want to be hitting the target as often as possible. Two shots, 1 on target, and he gives you energy as well in the recoveries. While we're talking about how good he is for Man United, I do just think, why didn't Spurs go and get him?
Yeah.
Why did they leave it? Thomas Frank knows him. He worked with him at Brentford. I think it's a big miss for Spurs, but for Man United, it's their game.
I kind of slightly laughed inside at the fact that Troy just said Man United, good recruitment. That's something that we haven't said in a long time. We had to get a chuckle with that. But Mbeumo, Cunha, Sesko. Mbeumo's been the star man from coming at Manchester United.
2 out of 3 not bad so far.
2 out of 3 is not bad, 100%. Cunha is another player we've got high expectations from, and you can see the quality that Cunha has. But for me, Cunha doesn't do it for a full 90 minutes. He's got that individual star quality. But Mbeumo's the one that's been the most reliable, where Ruben Amorim could say, this is Mr. Reliable. This is like Ronsil does exactly what it says on the tin, which is a paint advert in England. But Mbeumo, for me, is the man that has really stepped up to the plate at Manchester United, and Troy makes a great point. He was right under the noses of Tottenham Hotspurs, playing at Brentford. You think to yourself that, Tottenham could go there and poach. It's only around the corner there, we can go and get him. But the fact that Tottenham didn't come in and get him from Brentford, and then Mbeumo goes to Manchester United, again, it's another player that they missed out on, who's actually having a massive impact in Manchester United and really starting to grow again with chemistry with Bruno Fernandes and Cunha. We've also got to give a shout out to Ahmed for me. Yeah. Ahmed has come back into this Manchester United team. He got the assist today. He's another quality player that's really starting to step up for Ruben Amorim's side.
It's also funny, isn't it, as well, with Man United fans? I'm not hearing any Man United fan talk about how Ahmad's playing in the wrong position now. Heard that for nearly a year. He's in the wrong position. He's in the wrong position. They go on this 5-game unbeaten run, and no one's mentioning that it's his wrong position. Yeah. Really funny, that. And that's to our producer in the back.
Let's go on to the other side of the pitch, Tottenham, because we've seen this new era with Thomas Frank, but we're still seeing the same problems, ultimately, the quality in the squad. What's that got to do with, Nigel?
I think for me, Thomas Frank is a really good manager. And I think for me, I really don't understand the disgruntledness of Tottenham fans when you're sitting third in the league in what you're doing. And I think that you should be happy, in my opinion. Like, there's no way anyone came into this season to say Tottenham are in the Premier League title race. But if you look at where they are, they're involved. And what Thomas Frank has done for me has been fantastic. Yes, they might not like the football. I think when I look at this Tottenham side, my biggest criticism is the attacking third, the final third. They're missing that striker. Yes, they got Solanke, but Solanke's been injured for a while. If really Tottenham are going to kick on forward to really be disruptive, to be in that same conversation as the other clubs like Arsenal, Man U and Chelsea, you need that striker. And I think now for me, the focus should be more on the players and the quality of players that Tottenham have got in to this football club than anything else of the manager. Again, I said it earlier. This is a game that Tottenham should have won. They should have been able to see it out. This is not on Thomas Frank. This is more so for me on the players and the quality. And we just discussed about Mbeumo as a player that they could have gone and got. I still feel Tottenham are missing that striker. We talk about Xavi Simons coming in there and Kolo Muani. Both players are not performing to that level of what is required for me. And I know that Xavi Simons is a talented player, good quality in him, but he still hasn't adapted to the Premier League and he's finding it hard, which is fine. One player who has been a great signing is Kudus. Didn't play today, but that has been a star signing. And I also like João Paulina in that midfield because he's got Premier League experience. Dasson has done well as well. But when you look at what they're missing in that three on the right-hand side, in Xavi Simons, Tel scores today, yes, Kolo Muani, they haven't really put it to the level where you could say Tottenham are competing with the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester City and Liverpool.
I think you'd be nice to them there, if I'm being totally honest with you. I think they need, the left-hand side needs to be figured out. Who's going to be in that high left position. I think without James Maddison, that 10 is still an issue. And even, if we're being totally honest, James Maddison was coming under pressure last year. I think the strikers are
well, that's what they got Xavi Simons as well, and Xavi Simons hasn't lived up to that James Maddison role. And
then the only one I could say that is doing well is Kudus. And without Kudus, there's no party, essentially. Yeah. There's nothing to do. So they're very predictable without him. And I think while they're solid and they're workmanlike, Solanke, unfortunately, his body's betraying him. Richarlison has been coming off a lot of injuries, but neither of those give you the feeling that they're going to get 15 to 20 goals. None of them do. Yeah. So how are Spurs supposed to really close the gap when you look at Man City have got Haaland, Liverpool have got Isak, Chelsea have got João Pedro. Again, they've all got different players, but you can go through all of these people and they go, right, that's where the goals are coming from. When you look at Spurs, we don't know. We don't know where the goals are coming from.
Well, this is why, we're here to have our opinion and views and stuff. And this is why I said if you're Tottenham, obviously we talk about now that the ownership hasn't changed, but the mentality that they're trying to put out there to say we're going to be a lot more ambitious. Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen is one of the top strikers in world football. If you want to take Tottenham to another level, you need a striker like that. Victor Osimhen, big character, big personality. That is something that Tottenham need. And obviously, I know they've been linked with Ivan Toney. Yeah. There's a relationship with the manager from Brentford. But I think for me, Victor Osimhen, the athleticism, what he brings, even if he doesn't score, there's enough players around there at Tottenham that he'll create other opportunities for. And that's when you can start to say, Tottenham are really up there now with the likes of Chelsea and all that.
What do you expect from Tottenham? I have this real weird thing. Like, Tottenham are doing exactly what I expect Tottenham to do.
But the thing is,
do you get what I mean? I don't expect them to be in the top four. I don't expect them to be in a relegation battle. I expect them to have nice games where they beat teams. I don't expect them to go and spend 100 million on any player. They're just Tottenham. Yeah. They're just nice.
But the thing is, they're third. So they must be doing something right.
OK, so imagine now, with the manager that they have and what he's shown us so far, and they get players of that next quality level.
Where they could go.
That is my argument. I think if they give Thomas Frank those next level quality players, Tottenham could be very serious contenders.
Yeah. OK, well, will Manchester United rescue a point? Tottenham failed to see out another win. But be sure to join us on Paramount Plus and the Golazo Network with more reactions from the games.
Thanks for watching this video from our CBS Sports Matchday coverage. For more analysis and for all of the games, including Serie A, EFL, as well as a full suite of UEFA club competitions like the UEFA Women's Champions League, sign up for Paramount Plus.